Okay, everyone's gonna be like, you guys are good, but your lineup's okay, but no buts here, baby. Let's go. Take down OG.
All right, well, let's see if they can. It is game 3. Who's going to take the series? Let's find out with OD Pixel and Fog.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, so folks, we have OG going for a definitely more standard draft when it comes to expected heroes and strengths to be had in this patch. But at the same time, some solid stuff from Tundra, ending their lineup with the big old Wraith King for Skeeter, and we did see Skeeter pull off an incredible carry performance in that last game. Can he do it again here?
I think he really has some big shoes to fill in this one. This looks really challenging for just a Wraith King. I think just like Kyle's saying, I think if they start to fall behind by any means with the 4 that are going to be mostly fighting, I'm quite concerned, especially because the fact is it's the Grimstroke versus the Nature's Prophet core because how much they can dive in, but it's also Grimstroke into Nyx. You just pick this super squishy int hero mid versus a Nyx assassin who can just walk in and carapace your spells. All of your spells are extremely easy to read and get carapace. So that's probably my biggest concern. Just the physical damage that's coming out from OG is extremely high with their tricore. They're going to be killing these squishies very easily. So I think really up to Tundra to get a good start. They're fragile. 5 fragile heroes, you know.
More specifically, just sort of the overall physical output, the fact that Seb Prophet is his best hero right now. You know, you're really letting yourself in for a challenge if you're letting Seb get the Prophet again.
Yeah, and I specifically there did say 5 squishy heroes because Wraith King, he takes some time in the lane. He gets punched, especially by Nature's Prophet. So these treants, the right click, it's really problematic for a hero.
Gonna see around the runes, Fada. Gone on a bit. The damage to kill him, they certainly do. As OG themselves 3 of the 4 bounty runes and the first blood.
And they're starting with a tri-lane bottom with, I mean, look how many boots. Okay, so boots on the Viper, boots on the Nyx Assassin, boots on the Undying, and boots on the Earth Spirit. So a lane of boots. Really gonna just own this off lane. I feel like Viper, when he gets put up against their heroes like this, it ruins him. So he's gonna put down the Nether Toxin to at least push the lane in, but might just get set up and killed on when they do surround him, as they're doing so already.
I think they're gonna try for it. 33. Trying to run, I mean, yeah, he knows. We can't escape this. Saksa doesn't even need to use his stuff.
Immediately, Viper's gonna have to start pulling the waves to reset the positioning of it. Mid one is not gonna actually tank the wave. He's gonna pull it onto the tower, so this should prove to be successful for Viper as he also finds a courier just walking right through him.
Love his range creep left behind, so no tail is gonna be denying that.
He's actually gonna be able to meet the waves, I think, here. It's gonna be close, the range creep attack. That's gonna make this Viper's life quite miserable. Taking a look at the other lanes, I think we already know, like Wraith King, he's with the backup of the Witch Doctor, maybe with the heal, if they do go for it, could look to actually just sustain through it. I think he's still gonna get pressured a bit. Looking at mid, this is the win, right? 9 should have a pretty damn good time versus the Ember Spirit in mid. Not to say Thompson won't farm though.
Yeah, I mean, why is this? Is this just down to the fact that 9 won't do that much damage early on that Thompson has to be careful? Like, why does the Griffin have the edge?
He can shove the wave in constantly is the important thing. Ranged hero that's just gonna poke Thompson every time he walks up, and then boom, level 2 Stroke of Fate to nuke it in, and Thompson gets hit by it usually.
Damage for sure. How much?
The next level.
Tango the Fairy Fire. Does have the money for the ball. Go. Fighting fit lane. CS from the side lanes up top. Skeeter 6-2 on Seb, so the fastest of starts here for Seb. Farm.
Yeah, Skeeter getting the Bracer finished up and also bringing out some extra Tangos, so he's got this little bit of extra HP regen from the Bracer and the regen from the Tangos to build the lane. Saksa does get a pull off because of the pressure. They're actually looking to get aggressive. They've skilled the Maledict, so they're actually looking to get some kills rather than play more of a sustained game, which, I mean, that's fine. They have a double stun lane anyway. And I'm pretty much missing 0 last hits so far. I think he's only missed 2 at the moment.
He's down bottom. Try and find 33, but seems aware that they're getting aggressive. Be able to continue to make that play as long as he has 2 Ps at the ready. And real that is Saksa still opting to just try and stay up here and get some sort of pressure to put onto Skeeter and face for step farm a little bit better.
Now Fada's going to be able to pull the lane back slightly, not too much because it's a single pull. Now you just have to be careful on the Witch Doctor in particular, not to get caught out of position because he can die quite easily. Bottom, I think they did secure the big creep there. No-tail and mid one were able to take it away from the Viper.
Mid 9.
And mid Thompson is
He's got
almost
this.
going to die.
Only just able to keep him alive. Keep yourself alive with that heal. As Thompson, he's going to have... Cannot try for a 4-minute rune. Far too low for that one.
He got hit by some massive strokes. I think he misdodged one of them there earlier too. So he just got hit by like a 3 creep or 4 creep stroke of fate. So the damage is just insane how much it does go up.
Radiant's bottom
Very,
tower
very
is under attack.
Far from no. Yeah, I'm sure Thompson's going to have maybe a little bit of a smile on his face getting beaten by this. You know, pretty much the thing that he brought into favor in this patch. It's mid-grim stroke being used very well against him here.
The next label play. The next label.
He knows how to play against it too. I was watching how he was
knows.
going. Like he's trying to slight dodge it. He's using the flame guard and taking it to the first hit at the bottom. So he will just be able to TP you away, and that's Tombstone committed. But yeah, he's tried to play around it, but 9 has just done a great job of pressuring and stop canceling spells. He's doubled up the last hits of the Ember already.
He is barely missing any at all. Some of the cleanest farming we've seen in the mid lane on any hero most of the time. All his moves to 9, dealing with every wave.
Bounty runes looks like it's gonna be, could be actually be 3 for the side of Tundra. Oh wow, thought it actually. They placed the wards on top of each other inside the river, a little bit on the, not the most natural wards, but we've been seeing these more. That's top.
Farner's hit. So he tries to put Saksa off, chasing Skeeter any further.
Skeeter is healing up and he's got a stun. But the Maledict ending, Saksa just walks away.
This is ours.
Zero. Slight lead here, the goal on OG. We're going to set it from 9. Come on in, zone for now. Still a lot of damage and actually get the second silence. Nearly doing it here. Thompson is going for the rune and will be able to pick it up and himself out. Driver. Not quite able to down.
Even committing Tombstone bottom for an attempt at another kill, and they won't get it when Viper is away from the lane. And we did see these catapults, so it looks like 9 still has his catapult alive mid, so wondering if we see any type of collapse. I don't see rotations from the supports happening right now on the side of Tundra, so they're just going to leave him alone. And I mean, Thompson might commit onto him. Saksa's actually going to pour away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He tries to TP out of top. But it's put to a stop. Saksa will stop them from committing any further onto Seb. Bottom lane, they're going to try and get the kill again onto 33, but 33 and Viper are standing their ground. They're trying to turn towards mid one. 33 does fall. Viper will get mid one in return. He's also not quite able to roll out of there. No-tail steps in position to block him off. A decay. Quite enough, though, as Viper will get out alive.
Saksa speeding for a courier.
Oh, no. Didn't want to take some tower hits, Rip.
Seb now level 6. They're going to look to pressure this tower. They've got the Wrath innate, so there's big damage that can kick in. They're going to launch it, and that's a good buy to a Witch Doctor. Peter?
Hits there with the Wrath. 33. Let's see if you can find Seb. And he's out and away before Steve can get in with the Brave Fire Blast. Saksa actually
Peter's still low.
They've got enough damage. No-tail trying to step in. These zombies, they're doing it. The zombies are going to get him. The zombies get him. They take back their king. There's No-tail. He should die for this one, but they got Skeeter out of there. Because at the same time, Thompson did die. Ended up going down to 9. So 9 getting that kill in the mid lane. No-tail making space.
The next label
Dire's top tower is under attack.
How did 9 get that kill?
I mean, I can only imagine he pulled off sort of the same combo that we saw earlier, but this time round, I guess Thompson didn't quite get the flame guard
Radiant
off.
are scanning.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess this level 4 stroke
Radiant's
of fate
middle
was
tower
way too
is
much
under
damage.
attack.
Must have caught him like once or twice through the creeps. But now we do see Tundra. They got it. They have to back away out of this top lane. We see the same build on the Wraith King from the game earlier.
Oh, talking about the same builds from the game earlier, dude. Check out mid one.
No, he's doing the Midas too, huh? Okay.
Brown boots Midas, baby. You thought he was rough on the. He's doing it on the drought. I mean, he smashed the game as the jug. Now doing it on a drought, I'd say that's a little hard. But well, let's see him do it.
What if he gets hypothermia? The Ag Shard, by the way.
Is it good?
I have no idea. I don't even. I
don't think he will. I don't think he will if he's going to.
No,
I don't think
so.
Maybe eventually. Is he actually going to get bots? I mean, imagine so, right? You know, he's not leveled up his boots.
Though. He's actually going to live. 33 was getting a really nice wraparound on him. He got a good read. I mean, this is the time to try stuff, and he's clearly trying.
What in the deciding game of the series? I love it.
Of course. You won't know it's good unless you're under the pressure. So.
Yeah. This is now I have it. He'll have.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
From the Midas. Kill mid. Some good tower pressure put on in the middle lane.
It can't be. I feel like they can't hemorrhage these towers. I actually want. I almost feel like I want 33 to show up and defend. Yeah, okay, he is. I was like, this Viper has to show up to all of these tower fights.
Watch this. Fox been able to dodge the rolling boulder in time. Connection will still be on to no tail, but the ult is popped. TP heading over for Fada. Thompson continue to make some hits with the AD rune. At 33, he'll fall. He's out of action. The Maledict though, and the poison damage killing Thompson. Thompson's probably going to pop here. Off to the side, Snatch comes in with the stun. 9 trapped in by the Sprout. Thompson is still alive. He did indeed avoid that final bit of damage with the timing of the Remnant movement, making sure that tick came in whilst he was invulnerable.
I think at the end, the first tick, he also dodged a little bit of as well when he did like the mini fire remnant, and then he saved. That was a sick play by Thompson, keeping him alive. Very I'm 90% sure he dies to them out.
Absolutely.
That was huge, and so they do get the tower. It's not denied either. And even with 33 showing up, he just dies. He just gets sprouted. Buys a Quelling Blade immediately afterwards now to prevent that from further happening. But damage is done. These towers are so important for the draft of Tundra to keep Skeeter protected so that he can actually sit in the jungle. And now I feel like this is where the game is really going to start to collapse. This is an OG comfortable draft where they're going to look to play really aggressive. This Wraith King can't be involved. So they're going to look to just pressure.
Been hunted now. They've got to keep preparations up for Saksa setting up like this across the map.
They're going to go bottom now. There's a catapult already set up for here. Thompson's already forcing the wave in. He's got his Mage Slayer queued up already on the Ember as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And they're going to start this push. Waiting for Step to port down. He's going to now.
Warriors of the wood.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is
I
under
think it's the best
attack.
here in a while. Having that AoE application with the Sleight of Fist, you don't get much better use out of it than that.
No, you do not. It seems really, and it's versus a lineup that's 90% magic damage besides the Wraith King, so it's gonna negate a lot of it and just protect him throughout most of these situations too.
Yeah.
As you see, look at OG persisting
Dire's
to just
middle
pressure and take this
tower
tower.
is under
mid one.
Probably lose mid one, but
Oh, he found an Invis, but they did have a dust. He's mid one. He's down and out. Midas is on cooldown, so he wasn't too disappointed.
33 bottom.
They're diving in, Thompson and Saksa, and got the stun connection, and get the kill. Fada TP's in, Thompson's already out of there. Skeeter, he's trying to go aggressive in onto Stab. He's not flying down onto the shield, and Viper rolling over, look at focus down No-Tail, but No-Tail's pretty beefy. They've got enough to kill him off. Maledict's down. They should be able to finish him. No-Tail will go down, but space is made for Step to TP out. They do pop the reincarnate. Thompson been found by Viper with the connection of the rolling boulder and the silence. Thompson trying to get another remnant out. He's got another slight usage and the flame guard, but they have the chain stuff. Thompson down.
Not bad. Not a bad hold. They do lose towards the tower and a couple heroes with it, but they get some big ones too.
Mid one.
Mid one.
He's still trying to fight it. and he might just be able to do it. 33's thinking about wrapping around from the side. 9 has the Ghost Scepter. He's out the step. He's looking to try and get a catch with the Sprout. He's able to grab 9 going immediately for the TP out, but it has the damage. 9 will fall.
Okay, now less good. They had a pretty decent hold there when they did kill mid one and get a couple trade kills, but now losing 9, that definitely gives the edge over to OG. As Saksa's nearly got a blink dagger since he survived these last few mids. So for him, you know, he's gonna be able to pick and choose how he looks to initiate. And it's more collapsing items for OG, and that's really the problem for Tundra is this type of items.
You should have known better.
Quite a bit of damage.
He's gonna have a carapace to turn back a bit.
That's true. Helps Seb up to turn and get a kill with Seb. And of course, you know, for mid one, no surprises. It is indeed the same. If you go in Midas, you got to go all the way. You've got to get the bots. So repeat what we saw from him on the jug in game 1. And I mean, if anything, the bots are even more valuable this game. It's going to just match the ability to join the rest of his teammates, like, you know, Nyx Assassin, Ember Spirit, Prophet. They're going to be looking for kills all across the map. So now it's going to be very easy for mid one to get as involved as he was in game 1. Well, as we saw, he was just in all of the action.
And you're really fast, you know, like he can just avoid a lot of these spells and just stay in the back lines and stuff. I mean, sure, why not? He has, again, they have a tri-core, so you can't really say it's horrible if he's able to make it work with this team.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
As now Seb very close to having this Orchid, very powerful versus everybody on the side of Tundra. I like how he did the drum this game first, though. It's really interesting how in some games you have seen him just go straight Orchid. This game, you could tell, is about them wanting to group up and collapse and take the 3 towers early because they understand Tundra can't fight his 5. I love that he went for the drums this game to be able to go for that tower and team pressure.
Things are gearing up. It really is going to be a big test for the rest of his Bazaar are falling up to the point where can he as a Wraith King carry against pretty farmed Ember, Drought, and Prophet? It doesn't sound easy.
It really doesn't. It sounds like he's gonna get kited like crazy. The control, even the Tombstone too. Like Tombstone's gonna mess with him so much in the fights if it's not killed. So yeah, it really is, like we said, some big shoes for him to try to fill this game. Seb, he's got the Orchid. He's TPing only a couple yards right now, but trying to find the positioning with that ward.
Set up 33. That's Welling Blender. Of course, Daxter still able to find the follow-up stun. But trying to help out. The fight Carapace is out immediately. Take out 33, and now they'll turn their attentions over towards Viper. Viper able to roll away. Will manage to escape, but again, it's just sort of Tundra having to run from OG. Even with sort of this, you know, the mid-grim, you know, 9 wants to be pretty active. He doesn't want to play this sort of passive game. He knows he's going to be punished, but struggling to really find himself in the right place at the right time. And now, again, he's able to catch him out. He's trying for the TP away. They're able to put a stop to it as 9 changed up and taken out. You know, we're seeing Viper 33 go down. We're seeing 9 go down on the Grimstroke. These two are just going to have a really tough game on their hands with the heroes they've got.
Yeah, it's really going to be Skeeter versus the world, as it's 3 carries that are pretty decent also versus the Wraith King to be able to play around it when they do have this lead. Saksa, he's just giving information with the Vendetta. He scouts out the courier. He will see that the relic has been delivered. And yeah, free rush now for OG with a snowball draft.
If he was able to get that hit on the courier, that was quite, and that ends up going down here. OG, of course, happy with that. Just find that tops it.
Skeeter makes sure he gets the last hit. All the gold has to go to him. It's really just everything on him and how he can somehow hold the game together for his team. Yeah, map control is fully lost, and their lanes are going to constantly being shoved in. And with these boots to travel, I mean, I really don't want to give mid one credit for the boot to travel, but I will. They're going to be able to just keep these lanes always forced in, and it's going to be them, OG, picking their fights wherever they want every time. It's going to be always Tundra running after these waves, looking to bail themselves out of this weird map pressure. Yeah, going to give OG just great ways to pick fights, especially with the Nyx. So hug the triangle. Protect Skeeter until he has Radiance and he can actually join you in the fight, which he's about to have.
Does do you imagine, does the Radiance burn damage count spell
Dire's
damage?
top tower
Does
is
that
under
get
attack.
reduced by Mage Slayer? Oh, mine set up. That's actually going to get the two of them with the Viper Strike. Thompson's just straight up dead. That's the Aegis gone. So is No Tail. They're already bailing out there. They don't feel that they can do this a second time. They're just trying to run. Fodder, captured by the Sprout. Thompson's and straight away chasing him down. Skeeter, he's looking to try and help out here. But he cannot save Fodder. Maybe he can get the kill. The Phantom's embrace down up to Thompson. Thompson being focused. And he's down. They've lost him a second time. Thompson will fall. Saksa trying to charge him. Viper still trapped by the Sprout, but he's able to make it out. Now Seb's pushed in too far. They found Seb. They've taken down 3 of them. They're going to find Saksa as well here. The vision's out. They nuke him down. OG pushing a little too far. And some big kills for Tundra to find, especially considering that was the Aegis movement from OG.
That's huge. All of them turn up and they actually they put Skeeter in a good position to turn up with a fresh Radiance and a buyback, of course, from Fodder to get a little bit of cleanup kills. OG pushing their limits a bit too far there. And as to your question, I would imagine it does, but I'm not 100%. Because it puts the debuff on the hero, so I imagine it does affect the...
Oh, because it says spell damage.
It does say spell damage.
Is burn considered as a spell? Because I feel maybe it isn't. I mean, even.
I've not been seeing people too... I play a ton... Like, no one's building Mage Slayers. I actually have not gotten to see too many of how it works entirely.
Honestly, I think it's worth building just for the cool...
I mean, it's a really good item for sure in a lot of games.
That's cool. It's all about. So that's why it's up. Just likes the cool purple ball.
I'd imagine it works on the hero
Radiant's
spells
bottom
because
tower is under
it's
attack.
a spell that's coming off of the hero. So I'm gonna say yes, like 99%. They're smoking up. They've got this Radiance. Do they have the E-Blade is coming out on the courier right now for the Grimstroke. It's not gonna be there just yet, but soon.
And start things off. On the nose down. The Stylus challenge the 2 of them here. 9 controlling both Thompson and Saksa from the side into the E-Blade. Fiverr committing in. Skeeter's had been able to have time to close the gap. He's looking for Thompson. Lays down the stun. They've got the chain controller by the looks of it. Is it enough? He's trying to get out with the slight. Will manage to step out of range of the Inkswell. But Fiverr and Skeeter, they continue to chase. They're onto Thompson once more. He's got another remnant out, but Fiverr's with rolling boulder. They're doing it again here, Tundra. They've taken out 3 of them. OG, again, just losing these fights. Tundra are doing it. They're holding OG off, and they're turning this around.
Just a phenomenal team play by Tundra. Again, they go together. They instantly catch No Tail. They kill the Tombstone within a fraction of seconds, and then they get a good positioning for the fight. They all just leading the charge around Skeeter. I mean, Skeeter, it's working. He's now number one net worth. He's doing it.
I mean, what is it sort of from OG's movements that are sort of causing them to have these struggles, despite the fact that, you know, as a whole, they were further ahead as their 3 cores. Now that the gap's definitely starting to shrink. I mean, what's sort of going so wrong for them here?
That one, they literally just lost one of their biggest team fighters in the game. They lost No Tail right in the front of everything. He got the Tombstone to his dead. So they're playing 4v5, and it's 3v5 because Seb needs to TP into the fight as well too. So then it was just Tundra picking and choosing their targets perfectly. They saw everything in that fight. Even though OG was the one with that ward, they literally could see. They literally were just walking at them during the daytime vision, so they saw all the rest of the heroes. Needy bottom.
Oh, they're trying to bait. But Fiverr can't quite get the angle. Tried to let him have it and then see if they could get the connection over to the side. They're going in onto Saksa. Saksa gets the 2-man impale off. Soulbind controlling No Tail and Thompson for now. And in from the side, Midron's able to find the wraparound. Shoot down Fiverr with the multi-shot. Goes down onto the 3 of them. Saksa steps across and sprouted up. Fodder as he's out and down. They're split apart for Thompson. He's getting focused by Skeeter and 9. Thompson, he's got one more side of Vision down to the side. They're taking him out. Skeeter, can he continue to fight this? He's still got the reincarnate to rely on, but they're down to just the last 2 of them. It's only 9, and Skeeter left alive. Looks like Skeeter will let 9 go. He bails off, leaves 9 behind, as this time OG will manage to find the team fight victory.
much better angle of approach and much better way to start it off. Saksa actually gets a decent stun off onto 2 heroes. They get mid one from
Dire's middle
this
tower
bizarre
is under
angle of
attack.
approach wrapping around the supports. Great 3-man silence from
Dire's
him.
structures
And Thompson
are
just
fortified.
distracting during all of it. So this time, OG actually comes out way ahead because of that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Quickly, Tundra wants to hit back. Start to respawn. Mosquitoes, definitely going to want to get his BKB done.
To the blacksmith.
Super confident in getting in on this fight, Piper. Now Saksa, buying time for Skidder to close in. Stun is out. Again, this is Rob and Piper doing an excellent job of just handing the kills to Skidder.
Very nice. Keeping their triangle protected, even though there's still that obvious sentry on the high ground from OG. They're going to know it's there because of the bounces from the Wrath as I'm saying it. So they'll be able to get that D ward very quickly soon. Using Step with a lot of harm here. BKB and the Hyperstone now finished, and looks like he's going straight for Bloodthorn. Okay. Just wanting to, you know, make it so his whole team doesn't have to worry about the Radiance miss. That could be pretty nice to focus fire.
Dire's
About
top
halfway
tower
there.
is under attack.
Yes.
Half into by getting the finish to these fights.
Dire's top tower
They're really
has been denied.
perfect set silence from 9 onto
Yeah, it all depends on how they start the fight. It's really so important. Like if 33 is too far out of
Radiant
position,
are scanning.
this Viper, Viper is a very mobile hero. If he gets caught on the front lines, it could prove disaster. It has to be Tundra kind of starting and dictating the fight. Having a sentry and obs down so they can see the Nyx approaching, at least from some time. Seb,
The seeds of
he's got the Bloodthorn and level 18. Very strong Nature's Prophet right now.
I mean, who's it? Is he sort of just hoping to find 9 before 9 gets his combo off? I mean, green catch.
He can target any of the 3 squishies in particular, right? The Grim, the Witch Doctor, the Earth Spirit, depending on when they've used their, use their load or based on their positioning. If 9 uses E-Blade aggressively, he's got no defense.
Step. Oh, they get the opening. Fold up into the Inkswell, but still able to find the opportunity to pop the BKB. Turns over towards Viper. Viper's going to go down for sure as the rest of Tundra are desperately on the escape. 9. DP to
No
capture
way.
as Thompson closes in with the remnants. 9 also to fall. Tundra lose 2.
That connected on him in the middle of 5 creep. How unfortunate for 9. An excellent
Radiant's
placement though
middle
by
tower
Thompson
is under attack.
for that remnant.
Potter. Yeah, he's coming out. They know there's no BKB on Step. Step getting cocky. He pushes too far. He was pushing on. I mean, I guess he felt he had backup nearby.
I think he thought he had his team closer to him.
They're closing now, Skeeter.
He's getting meta burn.
Oh, he's not got enough mana for the reincarnate. The 2 mana burns for Saksa. It does it.
Even a
It does it.
master
He is down.
All right, well, I mean, now for Seb, it actually turns out to be a little.
Yeah, that's all right. No part of the plan.
All part of the plan. Yeah. These mana burns, something we didn't really touch on too much, but this is one of the
Thompson.
reasons. So powerful.
They're in the roll. He needs help, and he needs it now, but the Stylus in the Viper strike. He's just gone. It's too much damage. Over towards Saksa. Another roll through from Viper. Midpoint's trying to help out for the start. The multi-shot
Dire's top tower
coming
is
out
under
as he
attack.
heads towards 33. 33 will fall. One getting one of these, the rest of them out of there.
Dire's bottom tower
Not bad
is
moves
under
at all. I
attack.
mean, we're really seeing some great jumps from Biver. He is not holding back. He sees an opportunity. He is straight in on top of them with the rolling boulder.
Yeah, and we're seeing just these, I mean, some strange kind of corp kill placements, right? The Furion dies top, then Wraith King dies up there, then Thompson dies bottom river, and then the Viper dies afterwards. So these cores trading their lives for each other. Still really feeling like Skeeter, I mean, he was dead for a very long time. It's going to give OG that time to catch up and farm versus him in particular and just increase the gap between the rest of the heroes. The Grimstroke and the Viper still really falling behind and really is just a lot on Skeeter still at this point.
Midboard there, he's had a smile ever since he Midas this.
think he's had a smile since the moment the first game started in this series, and he's just thinking of all these wacky builds.
I guarantee if we get him, if they do win this game, he comes on for the interview. He'll probably tell us that he didn't like the build. He did when he did the Mage Slayer, and we asked him about it. He was like, "I didn't like a terrible build."
I mean, Midwin just gets, I feel like he gets into a mentality and he just does what he's doing. Like, remember when he was going through his Dagon phase, he built Dagon on every hero? Now it's just the Midas bots.
Well, what heroes did he use to buy Dagon on?
I don't think it was actually an official, but it was in pubs.
Okay.
He literally went like 800 games only building Dagon. First item on every hero.
Is he okay? That sounds,
I don't know.
Well, that sounds great.
Interrush with the Undying ult. More than enough damage. Oh, they even got the impeding corruption. And then Torment Destruction plus that. Undying ult. Easy.
Tundra prepared to deal with the Sages.
The next label play. The next label play.
Still wondering how 9 protects himself. I see he's got the blink. That'll be nice because they're so frail. It really is just looking like they're getting squishier and squishier, and the side of OG is just getting like they're stronger and stronger with their damage. Skeeter really gonna need this AC to protect himself and his squishy teammates, and he's just finished the BKB before it, so it's gonna take some time. And OG's not gonna give them the time with this Aegis cheese. They're gonna start forcing. A mid-one tombstone on the high ground for vision.
Straight away, starting to poke at the base. What can Tundra do here?
Radiant's bottom tower
Start off
is
with
under
the
attack.
Stone lane down on the front. A vision going, so Midbot can continue to see from the low ground. How do they start this? Down to 2 of them. Saksa is in the impale already. Quickly shooting down bottom. Midbot gets the kill. Over towards Reviver. Tried to start something with this aggressive roll down to low ground, but Toxin's able to put a stop to his escape. Oh, you're dead. We both have buyback.
The seeds of fortune.
Continue to push steps to
label
take
play.
time. Get the bounty. Skeeter's in the jump. Comes up from the back lines, goes and gets a no-tail straight away. Now with the BKB's popped, he turns to commit towards Midone. Midone trying to run with the BKB, of course, does still have the cheese. Skeeter, can he close in any closer? He cannot. The turnaround there with the impale, and he has got the ag shot though, so he's guaranteed back for a second round. And in he goes. Another blink over towards the back lines. He's found Midone. Midone, can he get the cheese up in time? He can. Cheese popped. Midone back up to full HP. Saksa with the control for Spike Campus into the impale. They fight up Skeeter. They turn. Midone shoots him down from a distance. As Skeeter's down for 80 seconds. OG continue to have the full lineup alive. As Saksa, he's diving in. So steps. TP's in behind the tower. Looked on into Sprout. Onto 9. Fada to fall. Double buybacks coming out. But Skeeter and Fada, they are outmaking of the game for over a minute. It's going to be down to just the 3 of them to try and push back OG. But it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do so. Top racks are taken. There are still tier 2s in the other 2 lanes though, so they won't lose anything extra on the high ground quite yet. They'll get a bit of breathing room.
Damage. They're even jumping into the carapace.
As soon as that poison was down, Saksa didn't miss a beat with the jump forward to set things up onto 33.
And it's so much time that the Wraith Kings just spent dead, where everyone on the side of OG gets this farm and they can continue pressuring. This was Tundra. They saw the Nature's Prophet TP to the jungle bottom side around their ancients, so I think that was then they all bought back and they tried to make the go, but it actually put them into a pretty rough position. Immediate grab.
He's sleeping in past tier 4s. He's getting kicked over towards the fountain. He's got the BKB. He's going to be fine. They turn. They get the impale on the 2 of them. Stacks in with the backup 9. He's trying to get into the fountain away from Seb, but Seb just beats him down. The right click's too much. His face is made for the tier 2s and the racks to go down mid. And there we have it. They'll turn themselves out of this. As OG take game 3, and with that, the series is theirs. 2-1. Tundra, they tried their best to hold on and rally.